Hi guys, welcome back to SFeatleyTV. Sorry for the backly thumbnail, right? We did think we are gonna have the blind Gooner on today, but obviously he's had to call off busy, so he won't be. But I've got Charlie here with me. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Nice peaceful evening this evening, last evening. So yeah, not too bad. What I will do is I'll go actually keep the lines open for this one. So anyone who does want to come on and have their say, please do. So I'm just gonna message everyone in the chat that
I'll be back in a second.
yeah. Just gonna message someone else as well. Right. Yeah, so obviously it's the European Journey preview show. So we're looking at the semi-finals in the UEFA Champions League and the UEFA Europa League. Luckily now we know that they're not going to be postponed or stopped in any way, which is a relief, isn't that, Charlie?
Definitely, yeah.
Especially if you want to win the Champions League this season after your Carabao Cup success yesterday, and which I think you're still buzzing about. I take it.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, we're just gonna go through each game one by one, give our opinion on it, give our prediction on it, and go from there. The link's in the chat if anyone does want to come on. Right, so please, but first, do hit the like button, hit the share button, hit that subscribe button. Please hit that subscribe button. It's very important you do that. We are 14 subs away from 1,000. 14 subs. It's so honestly, like, we can find 14 subs somewhere. Please do share it out and do get people involved.
12.
It means a lot.
12 subs now.
12. Well, 12 then. Yeah, definitely. 12 now. Just please do that now. Yeah, so yeah, so right, let me get into it. We'll get into this now actually. I'm just gonna quickly but we'll start off obviously PSG Man City, whilst I bring the fixtures up. How is you feeling going into that game, being a Man City fan, Charlie?
I'm confident. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think we can beat PSG.
Okay. Yeah, obviously they're playing tomorrow. We got Chelsea as the English club playing tonight. Don't forget, guys, we have a watch along for that. So make sure you tune in for that. That should be a lot of fun. So yeah, the UCL fixtures. Yeah. PSG, Man City, as you can see at the bottom there. So we're just going to go into that. Obviously, they're playing at the Parc de Paris. Guardiola and Pochettino give their team news. We'll have a look at the Kylian Mbappe injury update. So I think that's going to be a key update in terms of how this game might go. Obviously, he limped off in a win against Metz on Saturday. And I'm sure from a Man City's perspective, they're hoping he stays that way.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, Pochettino is concerned that Kylian Mbappe could miss the first leg of Paris Saint-Germain's Champions League semi-final against Manchester City. The Frenchman forward limped off in the 87th minute of PSG's 3-1 win over Metz on Saturday, sparking fears he could miss the match on Wednesday. Mbappe has been a key figure for PSG in their Champions League, scoring 8 times in this year's competition. After a minor injury scare, Pochettino is assured that Mbappe is well placed to start against Man City at the Parc de Paris. Just a quote from Pochettino. We think he's okay and he'll be ready for Wednesday. We reviewed the action. We see the blow. We are not worried about him. Whoa. Someone turn that off. Right. We hope it's not too serious. Kylian was calm when he was replaced, but even a simple knock is always painful. So they're not seem to be too worried about it. So he could end up starting in that game. Do you still, if he does start that game, do you still feel confident you'll win?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's going to be the major. Are you worried, though, that Guardiola will overthink it
No.
like he did last year?
I don't think he will.
I mean, did you play PSG last year? I don't think you did you?
No.
I think you played Lille.
Leon.
Yeah, Leon. So, yeah, I'm waiting to see what the team is on Wednesday evening to see if he has done that or not, because it has been known in the past. Neymar obviously coming out saying he's never been happier at PSG and he may snub a Barcelona return. I don't know why Barcelona would try and pay for him because there were enough debt as it is. But my feelings towards it is that I did say Man City were going to go win it, but that was also before like PSG was drawn against them. I still feel they can, but they've got to get it right in the first leg. They've got to get something out of this first leg. If they don't, it would be a tall order to go through. Even if it's just a 1-1 draw, you've scored an away goal, which could be valuable. So scoring away goal is key. Static, how are you, mate? I'm good. The link's in the chat, mate, if you want to come on. As always, right, we're leaving this as an open session today. It's because I'm feeling generous. So, do feel like you want to, if you do feel you want to come on and have your say, please do. This evening, we've got the Liver Awareness Show, and we are going on about cancer. This is going to be sort of a tribute to my dad because he passed away from terminal cancer. So anyone who's got a story they want to share about cancer or anything they want to raise, please do that now. Please come on later. It's an open session, as always, with Liver Awareness Show. So you can come and have your voice and raise the awareness that you want to raise, as well as what we're trying to do on this channel, which is raise awareness about Liver Disease Foundation. And to people that may think, why we're just focusing on cancer then? Well, liver cancer is a perfect example. What would you say the score would be in that first leg?
The PSG game.
Yeah.
1-1.
1-1.
Or 2-1 City.
2-1 City. Which one are you going to go for?
I'll go 2-1 City. Why not?
Ooh, confident. Confident are we? All right.
Confident. No, you should make a button with you saying that.
No, just
Like what they do on the radio.
honestly. Sorry. So I would go. Yeah, I'll go 1-1 draw. Of what you first said. I think it's too close to call. I do think there'll be goals in it, so that's why I'd say one. And if there is goals in it, it'd be one goal between the two. I don't see one people walking away with it unless something drastic happened, like a sending off or something. But yeah, I'd say a 1-1 draw, which should give Man City the advantage coming the second leg. But then, do you then worry if you've got that? You're worried that PSG. You're worried that you don't know how to play the game, whether to sit on a 0-0 like Slavia Prague tried to do, or go for the win.
I don't think Pep will sit back whatever the result is in the first leg, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. Sometimes the best form of defense is attacking. So sometimes you just sort of got to block that out until you get to a certain point in the game and just play your game. Like, don't play what's going on and around it, what the background, the situation. Just play that 90 minutes of football. Just look at that and play it, and then see what comes up afterwards. But yeah, for me, I would say a 1-1 draw in that game. Just gonna let someone else. No. Sorry, just but yeah, who would you go for as a lineup?
I'd go Edison in goal, Cancelo left back, Walker right back, Diaz and Laporte, seeing as though Laporte scored on Sunday. Then I'd go Fernandinho, Bernardo and Gundogan with Foden on the left, Sterling on the right, and De Bruyne as a false 9.
Yeah, I could see that working. I don't think I trust Jesus in this game, to be honest. I just don't think he cuts it. And when it comes to the semi-final, you've got to take your chances, and I don't think he'll do that, in my humble opinion. So, just letting someone else know. Sorry. Yeah, so just static. I'm good, Stephen. I'm not too bad. Unfortunately, I'm at work at the moment, so cannot join in. Try next time. Keep up the good work. Have a great day, boys. Thank you. Just give us quickly your prediction then for that game, static, before you do go. But obviously the second semi-final is Chelsea versus Real Madrid. Obviously Chelsea beating who was it? They beat Porto in their game, and Real Madrid they beat Barcelona. I believe it was. Was it?
That was in the league.
No, that was in the league. What am I thinking? Yeah.
Who did they beat? Liverpool. That's it.
Yeah, Liverpool. What am I thinking? Oh my god, my brain's gone. Whereas you played Dortmund, and Dortmund was quite a comfortable ride for you lot. I was expecting that, but yeah, Real Madrid obviously beating down Liverpool, who are just a shambles at the minute. To be honest, they really are shambles. Chelsea fan, hi Stephen, Charlie, big up. If you want to come on, like I said, the link's in the chat. Okay, sure, Stephen. My prediction is 2-1 Real Madrid. Oh, is that tonight's game? Okay. What about the PSG game? Yeah, what do you think about the PSG game? And Chelsea fan, I'm about to go into the Chelsea game because obviously Porto beat Chelsea. Porto lost to Chelsea in the quarterfinals to be able to get to the for Chelsea to get to the semi-finals of the Champions League. Obviously, Tuchel's doing an amazing job. I think if you were still under Lampard, you would have been screwed. So, yeah, you're doing a fantastic job in there. Jesus. So I'm loving that the fact Chelsea have got that. I'm worried actually because Chelsea it just looks like 2012 to me all over again, which is about 9 years now, nearly 10. Where they've got rid of the manager halfway through a season, like Andre Villas-Boas. This one is Frank Lampard. They get a new manager like Di Matteo or Tuchel. Tuchel's more of a permanent fixture. And then they go and win the Champions League. And I really do see it. I do see it on the cards. But that's what I'm worried about. I mean, Chelsea fan, do you feel confident going into this game? Because I would, being a Chelsea fan, I really would. I really would be confident. So, yeah. But, yeah, like I said, big up to everyone who's watching in a minute. Like I said, I do apologise that the thumbnail says we've got the blind Gooner because we did ask and we couldn't get that sorted in time. So, but big up to everyone who is watching. I want PSG to win, but I don't think it's going to be close. Man City's defense is quite strong in the Champions League. I am worried about this game. I see us getting beat 3-1 tonight. So you're not confident, are you? Okay. Why not confident? Because I mean, you've done pretty well to get to. Real Madrid aren't the same Real Madrid that they were. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, we watched them against Barcelona, and Barcelona and all that either. But like Spanish foot, the two of them in Spanish football, they've not been great all season. I mean, you'd go along with that, wouldn't you, Charlie?
Say that again, sorry.
I mean, like they're not the same teams that they were.
No, Real Madrid definitely aren't. We watched them the other week against Barcelona, me, you, and Tottenham, you, and they nearly bottled it in the second half. That game.
Yeah. Speaking of Tottenham, I'm just letting him know I'm live at the minute if he wants to tune in. But yeah, so Real Madrid seem to always show up in the Champions League. That's what I think. That's a good point. Like they've always been good in the Champions League.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you win a Champions League 13 times, which they have done, right? Or if it was going to be like last week, it was going to be 13 Super League titles. Then you deserve every right to think that Real Madrid can just turn it on in a Champions League game. I mean, I wish you could have shared some of them with Arsenal. I mean, God, I only want one. I only want one, and I'm sure you're like that.
We'll,
at the minute,
we'll have one. We'll have
yeah,
one.
you'll have one, but I think at the minute you're in a very good position to try and get one in the next couple of years. Here's a question for you, and actually, I was thinking about it. If you go out tonight, if you go out this week, over the next fortnight with these two games, big up James in the chat. Higher. If you want to come on, James, the link's in the chat. Right, like I said to everyone, links in the chat here. Come on and have your say if you want. You can come banter me about the Everton game if you want to. But yeah, I would ask you is that if you don't do it this time, do you think Guardiola will stay another season, or do you think he'll go?
Yeah, I think he'll stay.
You sure about
that? Yeah.
Okay. You sure that the owners won't get fed up with it or something like that, or trying something new?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I think they're in enough trouble as it is, to be honest. But there you go. So I think getting rid of Guardiola is probably the last thing they want to do. Especially like it's like one of those like you've done wrong and like it's just, like when like you've broke. It's like I said the other day. It's like I said the other night about that Super League thing. These owners know they're in a doghouse, right? It's like they know that they missed, right? The missus knows they're cheating. They've been caught out, so they're now sleeping on the couch, right, in the doghouse, right? And they're knowing the shit, and they've now got to be really, 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 really careful what they're saying and what they're doing. So because they'll just, I think the fans at the minute will just easily turn on them. Well, Man City and Chelsea's, I mean, Arsenal's, Liverpool's, and Man United's, they're already turned. So maybe not so much Liverpool because they have won a Champions League and a Premier League under them. So maybe not as bad, but Arsenal and Man United's, poof, jeez. But then to be fair, if you see Liverpool and Man United meeting up together to protest, you know it's bad. You know they've been bad. So, but boys, I'm really sorry I have to go. Sorry. Keep up the great work. I enjoyed your live video callings on these channel recently. I was there, as you might recognize me with the shades. Hee. Yes, mate. Take care. Yeah, and like I said, mate, if you ever want to cut, do you know what, Static? You could just DM me, right? DMs are well, my Twitter feed is in the description below, but I'll put it in the chat for you as well. DM me if you ever want to come on, mate, right? And we'll get you on because you've got great opinions as well. Loved your opinion on Lee's channel. Big up Lee Gunner for that. But I mean, like, big up. I mean, he had you on. I think you were on the other day, weren't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, quality guy. Man City will get to the final. Man City, yeah. I mean, like I said, I tipped Man City to win it, but Chelsea. We're moving into Chelsea. Like I said with Chelsea, Real Madrid. Score prediction. Would you say it's going to be with them two?
2-1 Madrid.
2-1 Madrid.
Yeah. I don't see Chelsea going to Madrid and getting anything.
Are you sure about that?
Just
we
don't
said that
see.
we saw that Atletico Madrid.
Real Madrid.
I think Atletico Madrid. Do you think Atletico Madrid's a better team?
No, I wouldn't say so.
I see Man City Chelsea final. I honestly do. So I would say Man City win the title, win the Champions League with Chelsea's runners up. So I see Chelsea getting a draw out of this. Probably like Man City, get a 1-1 draw, take that to the Stamford Bridge, to the bridge, and then winning on the night. So, you spelled my name wrong, mate. Yeah, you just corrected it. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I personally don't use Twitter because I use Instagram. However, I will find a way to contact you. Well, I could, like I said, my Instagram is also in the description below, but I'll just put it type that into Instagram, you'll find it. And you can find me on there. So, and we'll get you on. So, but yeah, thanks for the support, mate. Really appreciate it. We appreciate everyone's support here. Even the criticism, right? We take that criticism, we move, we learn, and move forward, right? Because without criticism, you don't improve. So, yeah, I'd say Chelsea. Yeah, I'd say Chelsea going through. So I'd say, do you know what? I'd say 2-1 Chelsea. So when I saw Real Madrid play Barcelona, they weren't that special, to be honest. I know Vinicius Junior was great, but I just don't. They weren't like all inspiring. Like, it wasn't a team that I would look to you and look at if I was Chelsea and be like, we're shitting. Oh shit, I'm shitting bricks. Like I'm scared. Right. So yeah, I'd say Chelsea. I see Chelsea getting through that, and I think it'd be about 2-1 on that night, and then what? Maybe 1-0 Real Madrid. Maybe 1-0 Real Madrid at the bridge. But with the away goals, obviously Chelsea going through. But yeah, but obviously that sums up the UEFA Champions League and the UEFA Europa League. Next season we'll have an extra two games to cover because it'll be the UEFA Conference League as well. Right, where we will be featuring. Right. Oh, just don't leave it out. Don't mention it. Right?
You're the one that mentioned it, not me.
Yeah. You don't need to rub it in though. Right. Right. So we move into the UEFA Europa League, and obviously we've got Villarreal versus Arsenal away.
We can't see the screen.
I was going to talk about it first and then show the screen. And then we got Man United versus Roma at Old Trafford. So yeah, actually, do you know what? No, actually, I need to look at it. So I need to. Yeah, Arsenal and Villarreal will play the fifth time in European competitions, with the previous 4 games taking place in the UEFA Champions League semi-finals in 2005, 2006, and quarter-finals in 2008, 2009. Villarreal are yet to beat the Gunners. Wow, I didn't actually know that. Right? Arsenal are yet to beat Villarreal. What's that?
There's a first time for everything, as they say.
Oh, shut up. Oh, shut up. Leave me alone. Oh, no.
Oh, God.
I'm not going to hear the end of this. Arsenal are yet to beat Villarreal. Do you know what? It's magic. As soon as you start talking about Arsenal, Beyond the Post turns up. Hey.
As soon as you start talking about your favorite manager, Unai Emery, I come in.
Just shut me up. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I just did a video about why I think Kroenke is going nowhere, and I want Dangote and Daniel Ek to combine together and buy Arsenal, but I don't think it's going to happen. And I did all those reasons for why it won't happen on Beyond the Post just now, 15 minutes ago. Then I got a call and I hopped on here.
Yeah. Obviously, thanks for coming on short notice, and I will definitely go and check that out when I get the opportunity. Obviously, when you sent it, I was preparing for this stream, so I'll get to that because I've got to prepare for the next one afterwards because she's F1 Legends and Niki Lauda, so there's a lot to write down for that one.
Yeah, I've seen that movie. Chris Hemsworth and who was the other actor? I don't remember.
Daniel Bruhl.
And the name of the movie was Rush.
Rush. Yeah. The one thing I'd take from that is don't believe some of the records, like the British Grand Prix. Hunt didn't win that one. And in terms of the actual how they set the characters up, they make them look like they're arch enemies. They weren't. They were actually best of friends, to be honest. It was the two constructors were at war. They're always at war, McLaren and Ferrari, but the actual drivers, they weren't actually. They were at war once they have a thing called once the visor comes down. Because once the visor comes down, that's it. You worry about yourself. Don't care about anyone else. But
I don't think they showed them as enemies, but they showed them as rivals.
Yeah, but they made it sound like they didn't like each other, in some of the scenes, and I'm like, that's not really the case because they spend a lot of time talking to each other, and they'd usually appear in other parts of each other's pit garage and that. So, but anyway, we're moving to Villarreal Arsenal. Obviously, I just mentioned that Arsenal have not lost to Villarreal in European competitions the 4 times they've played them. Arsenal yet to beat Villarreal away from home, though, drawing on both visits previously in 2009 and 2006. Their only goal in those games was an Adebayor overhead kick assisted by Cesc Fabregas, while Robert Pires appeared as a substitute for the hosts. So, I think I remember that game as well. But as we got Football United TV in the building, how are you? Matt, the link's in the description. You do want to come on. Links in the chat, sorry. So I'll go to you Beyond the Post. What do you feel coming towards this game? Obviously, we've got the preview at some point later on. But
no, but you've been asking me this so many times. Like I said, we are winning and going through to the final and winning the Europa League. But yeah, other thing that I wanted to add, I remember, I think Riquelme's goal, was it? And Riquelme's goal is the last one I think Villarreal scored against Arsenal in the Champions League. If I'm remembering right, it was maybe a penalty, if I'm not wrong. I need to remember. It's been so long.
Who was that score?
Riquelme, the Argentine. You remember he was supposed to be one of the.
Oh, was that in 2009?
I need to remember the years. It's been.
Yeah, because we've only played them 4 times, and that was in 2006 in the Champions League and 2009 in the Champions League.
I'll have to go jog back the
So,
memories. I'm not so good at quizzes.
Arsenal versus Villarreal. 2009.
Not the 3-0 win. I think there was a goal in the away leg, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, they mentioned that actually. So I'm gonna.
It's 4-1 on aggregate. So hold on.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch it around then. So I'm just gonna.
Villarreal.
Right, let's have a look.
It finished 1-1 in
yeah,
Spain.
I'm just looking at the Champions League. Yeah, 1-1. Senna, Adebayor.
Okay, it wasn't Riquelme. Okay, maybe he
No,
got.
it wasn't
I don't.
Riquelme.
He was there in that team. He was there in that
It
team
must be
for sure. I don't.
2006. Must be 2006 then. Maybe
Riquelme.
it's 2006.
I don't know. I remember him as a prominent figure because he was supposed to be like he looked like Maradona. He still looks like a bit like Maradona if you've seen his pictures.
Yeah,
And
Riquelme was in 2006.
Yeah, 2006. He left by 2007. Yeah. So
yeah, he didn't. Yeah, but no one scored. The only goal that was scored in that tie was at the Emirates, at the Highbury. Sorry. So yeah, but obviously,
if you get the chance, just go to Riquelme and just share one of his pictures. He looks just like Maradona.
Yeah, I'll have a look. But yeah, obviously you saying you win the Europa League, and do you feel? Well, I want to say, so are you fully confident, or do you feel there is a worry that we could be caught out by Unai Emery because the fact he knows the team and how he is in the Europa League?
See, I don't think it will be a dominating win for us, but I think we can do something. It's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be like a one-sided game. If it is one-sided, then I think Unai Emery will be like embarrassed. But I don't think because knowing his experience and you can say his forte. This is his competition. Two-legged ties are his strongest in this competition. So I think it's not going to be one-sided, but Arsenal should still be winning.
Okay. Charlie, what do you feel, mate?
I think Villarreal will end up going through.
Okay. Any particular reason why?
Emery's gonna score Arteta.
Okay. That's very. Any sort of context to why that's gonna? How is he gonna be schooled? Why is he going to be schooled or anything like that?
Emery has experience in this competition. He's won it about 4 times. So
yeah, that's a very.
He knows what he'll be doing.
Yeah, that's a very good point. He knows exactly what he's doing in this competition. It's like I said again. So if we are going to win, it's not going to be bloody easy. And I've seen our recent performances. Like Everton, like Fulham, it just doesn't look like there's anything there that gives me any sort of confidence to me thinking, yeah, okay, we'll win that. Yeah, I'm fully confident we'll go and win that. It just doesn't. Nothing about this team gives me any excitement or confidence. I mean, if you watch my last watch along, half the time I'm on my phone, right, or buying a Conky Out t-shirt, right. Or doing something rather whatever, just to to keep myself entertained, because it just looks so passive and no risks or just boring. And it's just, I know we used to be called boring Arsenal back in that 98, but this is taking it to another level. I mean, Matt Emery has lost only one Europa League final, and that was with Arsenal. Yeah, I don't even mind it, thank you. Like, the memories are painful enough, thank you. But yeah, this is the first European semi-final that Villarreal will contest since losing 3-1 on aggregate to Liverpool at the same stage of this competition in 2015-16. They have been eliminated from all 4 of their major European semi-final ties. Wow. Arsenal have reached semi-finals of the European competition for the 10th time, including the first Cup, with the Gunners getting to their last 4 in 3 of their 4 UEFA Europa League campaigns. So you got to say something beyond the post?
Yeah, I was saying, see, there is a difference between Sevilla and Villarreal. Unai Emery won all his European titles, Europa League titles with Sevilla. Now there is that team also won the became the champions of the Europa League last season, beating Inter Milan. So you need to understand that that team is made through and through as a cup winner. They are as a cup winning team, not the Champions League, because that is way above their league, but as a Europa League champions, they can do it without Emery, with or without Emery, because they proved that last season as well. This is Villarreal, a team that is very different, and it is just coming into its own. It's not even done too much till now. This is his first season there, so I think saying that because he's done it with Sevilla and he'll do it with Villarreal as well is two different things. You can say that he may be better than Arteta in man management and game management, but we have more quality players as well. If they step up, we may lose one leg or draw a leg, the first leg that is in Spain, but we can easily win it in the second leg.
The only problem I hear with that, and I don't probably think this, I don't think it's probably you who said this, is that a lot of Arsenal fans this season have said we have not got quality players to be able to compete for Europa League or compete for the top 6 even, and like the reason where we are is the we haven't got the players or anything like that. The players aren't good enough, right? Well, then in the next minute, when you believe that Arteta wants to win the Europa League, you're saying the players are good enough. Well, if the players are good enough to win the Europa League, then they should be in the top 6 or the top 7. They should not be 10th in the league and struggling in 16th at one point and struggling to stay above relegation. So I'm not, obviously, beyond, like I said, Natisha, this is probably, I know this is not you that said this, but there's other Arsenal Arteta fans that have said this when they've made it clear that the excuses for the Premier League is because we haven't got the players or the players aren't good enough. But then when you think that Arteta is going to win the Europa League, they are all of a sudden good enough to win a European competition. That just doesn't make sense.
I can tell you the reason why they feel that is because whatever has been our league success, you can call league success, 6th, 4th, top 4, it has become because of Aubameyang. Now Aubameyang not scoring goals, we cannot reach the top 6 or top.
It's not just Aubameyang though.
It is.
But it's a number of their. They're saying a number of their players are saying also that these players are also good enough, like Martinelli and Saka, to be able to do it without Aubameyang. So
no, hold on. Just saying one thing, that take out Aubameyang's 22, 23 goals from the last 2 seasons, we would finish in the bottom half of the table for sure. We would. So that has gone away this season, and that is why we are not able to finish and compete for even top 6 or top 4 or top 8 right now. We may finish in the top 8, we can, but whether we will do it or not is a different thing. But if we had Aubameyang firing like in the last 2 seasons, we definitely would have and been competing maybe at least the top 6 easily. Now the other thing is, in a cup, you don't need Aubameyang. We have won most of our games in the cup without Aubameyang. He's not either been part of the squad, he's not even been there, or he has been playing a few games just to get back his form when he's out of form. He's been played there to get back his form, not because Arsenal needs him to play in the Europa League, but because just to get back his form. So the thing is, that cup can be won even without Aubameyang. But can we do it in the league without our top scorer scoring goals? Apparently not, which is clearly visible. Now, any Arsenal fan, Arteta in or Arteta out, would say this easily, that in the last 2 seasons, if we didn't have Aubameyang's goals, it would be very difficult to finish anywhere in the top half of the table. Those 22, 23 goals, no one else can score those many goals at the time that he did. Even winning the FA Cup without Aubameyang's goals against Manchester City and Chelsea would have been impossible. So the thing is, we need to understand that those are 2 different things. I can understand why someone would say that we can win the Europa League, but we can't finish in the top 6. It is because we know that Aubameyang is playing crap football. I said this on a few streams. He's our worst player this season, based on his attitude, based on his performances.
I will say
Attitude.
though, I will say a number of our best performances this season haven't had been the Aubameyang on the pitch, and some of the most goals we've scored in a game have not involved the Aubameyang on the pitch. So the players, if they're set up right, can do it. With that, I can't. You've gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. That's better. Go on.
No, I was saying, see, that the reason, one of the reasons I say that Aubameyang is our worst player this season is because his attitude that I don't care is quite visible at times. If he was out of form, I would not say he's our worst player because I know he's out of form as well. But the fact that he doesn't really care and it is visible in his body language, he's not ready to put in the hard work and the hard shift. That is the reason I call him our worst player. And he's the captain. He's supposed to be the leader. I know he's not a great captain, but at least he needs to show something more as a captain, even though he has the armband right now on his arm. So that is why I call him our worst player. Not just because he's out of form. Any player can be out of form for a season. He's been performing at the top level for 6 or 7 years now. So he deserves to have a bad season. And he has the right of having a bad season. And we can't call him out just because he's having a bad season. But the attitude of the player, that no one can tolerate.
That you can call on. The only thing I'd say to that, if he's got that sort of body language and attitude, and if he's been missing so many games, the only reason I would have a go of Arteta is why do you continue to make him captain? If he's not playing well, no, I'm sorry, you're not doing your bit of shift for the team, right? And you're not captaining the team the way I need you to. So I'm sorry, you can't be captain. Simple as that. And until you find some form, you ain't gonna be captain. But you need to actually. Sometimes it's more of a hindrance to. I remember Henry, he wasn't the greatest captain, and he wasn't the greatest striker since we was made captain. So it was like sometimes it's just better just to not do that and just say, look, don't worry about being captain. Go and play your football, right? Let someone else who's the born leader, like Tierney or even David Luiz at times can be more of a leader than.
I said this long ago, and people were laughing that David Luiz will be our captain now.
I understand that because obviously the mistakes he makes, right? There's why people end up laughing about it. But obviously my first choice obviously would be Tierney. I don't care about his age. Right? He's just a born leader, and he would
his fitness. He has been missing around 30% of games since his Celtic days per season.
But I think Aubameyang now he's getting to that age where he's going to start suffering with fitness, and this is the problem is that he's had a bad season. He's 31 now, and now he's getting to the point of I can't. He's reached his peak, and I feel that now. I don't think he's going to get any better. I don't think even if he recovered some of it, he's not going to recover all of it. He's lost the sharper pace. He's getting old now. So for me, like that one bad season, I really feel that because he's got no pace, which is a major part of his game, that's going to turn into a 2, then 3 seasons of poor performances. But I would, I mean, what would you say is a score prediction for this game?
I think 1-1.
1-1. I'd say my heart would say 0-0, right, which would be a decent result. But my head is saying 1-0 Villarreal. Then Charlie.
2-1 Villarreal.
Okay. So we move on to
just one thing. I would take the 1-1 and the 2-1 Villarreal as well because
I'll take that because you can get one
goal.
game. Yeah, you can get one goal and that'll be a away goal. But
I get the feeling we will score first and then we will concede a stupid goal and make it 1-1.
So that's that one then. We've now got Man United versus Roma in the other semi-final. Now, this will be the 7th meeting between Manchester United and Roma in European competition, with the Red Devils have only lost one of their previous 6. I'll just bring the stream up. So, previous 6, 1-4 draw, 1 of all of which have been in the UEFA Champions League. Roma have lost all 3 previous away games against Man United, conceding 9 goals and just scoring just once in return. This will be the first trip since 2008 where they lost 1-0 in the UEFA Champions League quarter-final. Man United have only lost one of their 12 games against Italian opponents in European competitions, won 8, drawn 3. The only defeat in this run at home into Juventus in the UEFA Champions League group stage in 2018-19. Roma will be looking for their first victory away to English opponents since February 2001, a 1-0 win at Liverpool in the UEFA Cup, having failed to win any of their last 12 games against 7 different English sides. Drawn 4, lost 8, and one of them includes Arsenal in the group stages of 2002-2003. Man United haven't lost at home in a European semi-final since 1997. 1-0 away, 1-0 defeat against Borussia Dortmund in the UEFA Champions League, winning 4 and drawing 3 of their last 7 such games. So the stats, the sort of the timeline and pre-match stats to this point towards Man United, given the history between all between the two clubs in European competitions. I do feel that if Roma want to get anything from this game, right, they've got to win this game. I think they've got to win this game because I feel they need to get a really positive result from this game, because even at their ground they'll be struggling. So, I mean, what do you say beyond the post? What do you think?
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Oh, sorry. I think Roma is not going to win this one. It's going to be 2-1 to Manchester United. Roma will happily take an away goal, and they will try to do it at home. And United has that semi-final syndrome. So then they go on the trip to Italy. I think that is where they can be beaten, and they may throw the game away because they ideally don't show up in away games, and especially in the semi-finals. I think last season as well they messed it up in the Europa League semi-final against Sevilla, and I think Roma will always feel that they are in the tie even if they lose the first match. They will try to win. I'm not saying that, but I think Manchester United will be too good for them at home, especially now. The other thing is that once Manchester United tries to remain in the top 4 in the Premier League, their focus will be distracted both ways. Because now, if you can see, I think they have a big game coming up in the league as well. So, because of the same reason... Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I think United have already wrapped up top 4, to be honest.
But then, yeah, I would also add to that, though, that I get the point about last year and semi-finals and that, but those semi-finals were one-off games, and this is over 2 legs. So compared to the Europa League semi-final last year, where obviously they were trying to squeeze it all in, so it's a one-off game, like this is now your usual 2 legs, and that's where I think Man United have always been strong in European competitions, over 2 legs. So I feel it might be difficult for Roma to be able to beat. It might be in a one-off game easy for them to beat Man United, but over 2 games, you're asking a lot. I mean, yeah, but you were finishing your point then, Nitish.
Yeah, I was just saying that is why I was saying that I'm not sure that they can beat United at Old Trafford, but I get the feeling that they can do it at home. And the other thing is, look at the fixtures that Manchester United have. If they feel that they're assured in the top 4, then I think they will not be bothered. But according to me, that they have a Liverpool fixture, Aston Villa, Leicester City. The last two are Fulham and Wolves. Those are comparatively easy. But these three fixtures amid the two Europa League ties, I think could be a distraction for them.
Yeah, definitely. Charlie, what do you say, mate?
I can see United wrapping it up in the first leg.
Oh, you're that confident about Man United then?
Yeah, I don't. Roma aren't that good. They've got an aging squad, the likes of Edin Dzeko, Mkhitaryan, got Chris Smalling. So they got
Yeah.
aging players. So I think
Yeah,
they'll
absolutely.
wrap it up in the first leg.
Mkhitaryan will score for Roma.
Oh, that would be funny though. If he scores a winner, that puts him out. Oh, that would be funny. Oh, I would love to see that.
I'd rather see Edin Dzeko do it.
No,
So-
no. Do you know what I see? Do you know what I see? I just worked this out. I know what I see. Mkhitaryan scores the winner, knocks out Man United. We beat Villarreal, and then we lose the final to a Mkhitaryan winner in the 90th minute.
Not gonna happen.
But just a thought. I think that I'll tell you what. If it becomes a Roma Arsenal final, I'm telling you, this is exactly what's gonna happen. It's written in the stars.
If it becomes a Roma Arsenal final and we lose, it would be worse than Baku. I'll tell you why. With Chelsea, at least the thing was that Chelsea is a very good team.
Mm.
And with respect to if we are losing to an old squad of Roma, that is an aging squad of Roma, then I think that should be like more disappointing than the Baku final.
Well, yeah, usually I would try and agree with you because that means like Arteta's done a worse job than Emery. But the only thing I'd say is if we were fighting 110% and we lost 1-0, you could really say not really. But if we play, because the game against the game against Chelsea, like the attitude, we didn't like, not just that we set up wrong and like the substitutions wrong. The attitude, there's not the fact they even turn up. The attitude was so disgusting in a final. It was so disgusting. It's one of the biggest nights in the club's history in a European final. Yes, it's Europa League, but it's still a European final, and you turn up like that. It's despicable. But if you played 110% though against Roma, and you lose 1-0, I don't see that as bad. I say at least you put an effort in and you've tried to win it. You tried to win the game.
I see it worse than Baku is because, as I said, Chelsea has a good team. They had finished in the top four in the Premier League as well. Roma has an old squad that shouldn't be beating us. Even on experience, we have some players, like we have good players as well, and we should be winning that. The final can get to anyone. I'm not denying it, but we should not be losing it. And the only thing
I understand that. It's just I'm saying is that if you've put 110% in, and you've still lost. You can't really say you can't ask for much more.
See, if we put in 110%, we first of all should not be losing. If we lose after that, that means we didn't finish our chances again, which has been happening this season. So the only other excuse that players may give, if the fans may say, is that if Lacazette is also not available, we didn't have our main strikers, which has been the story of the season more or less.
Yeah, to be honest.
I was just adding one last thing. The only reason that Ozil kicked that bottle after the loss in Baku is because he couldn't kick the damn ball. He couldn't even get near it.
yeah, absolutely. What do you think then, the Tish? What do you think the score is going to be between Roma and Man United? First leg.
I get the feeling 2-1 to Manchester United.
Charlie.
3-1 United.
What did you say be on the post?
2-1. 2-1
2-1.
Manchester United.
I'd say 2-0 Man United. I just don't think. I think because Roma are that slow and they're that strong, it'd be criminal if Man United doesn't win that game. But but yeah, look, we'll
So-
have to wait and see in time.
So, are you saying 2-0 to Manchester United at Old Trafford and Roma winning 3-0 at home?
No, I see Man United in the finals. I see 2-0 and maybe even 1-0 against Roma in Old Trafford. So I know what Solskjaer will do, try and set up defensively. Or
Yeah, I want an all ESL final.
Max, how are you? Yeah, I'm all good, mate. But so we're about to wrap this up here. So yeah, semi-finals of the Champions League, first leg, and the first leg of the UEFA Europa League. Right, who will get the advantage going into their second leg? Second leg of their tie. We'll have to wait and see. But the first game is in the Champions League, and it's Real Madrid versus Chelsea tonight. And we are doing a watch along at 8:15 in the evening. So make sure you stay tuned for that. So Phil Jones scored the winner with his pink boots against Arsenal. Yeah, nah, not happening. But yeah, Matt, if you want to come on for that, by all means, it's I should try and get no, it was Chelsea in it. So yeah, we'll find someone to come on for that. Don't worry about that. But yeah, thanks to everyone that's tuned in as usual. Please make sure to like the video. Please hit the like button. Right, share the stream. We are 12 away from 1,000. We are 12 away. I mean, last time I checked. I'm going to check again. Right, drum roll, please.
Still 12.
Oh, 12 away. Come on, guys. 12 away. Right, surely you could share it and find 12 people to subscribe. Please do it now. Right, as I said, it's for charity. As always, it's for Children's Liberties Foundation. Please donate. It means donate via the Just Giving page down below, or subscribing, because we count that as a donations as well. So
Also, the watch long highlights for the Everton game just posted.
have they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we just posted them as well. We got like goal reactions from the watch along against Everton. Luckily, all sorted themselves out. So yeah, so go and check them out. Always funny, some of the reactions we look back in. But yeah, but anyway, thanks again, and we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back later on at 4 p.m. for the F1 Legends show. Until then, everyone stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.